What if I told you that your next meal could quietly protect your heart better than any new prescription? It might sound too simple, but I've seen it happen. More than once. I worked with a man in his early 60s. He had high blood pressure, borderline cholesterol, and his doctor warned him that plaque was starting to build up in his arteries. No one likes hearing the word plaque. It's quiet, sticky, and dangerous. But instead of adding another pill, he added something else to his plate. And within just 6 months, his arteries got cleaner, his blood pressure dropped, his sleep was deeper, his heart stronger. That didn't happen from magic. It happened from food. The kind of food that doesn't just fill your stomach, but heals the inside of your body where it matters most. So today, let me show you 10 foods that helped him, and could help you too. After the age of 50, something quiet begins to shift inside your body. Your blood vessels, once soft and flexible, start to stiffen. Your blood pressure may creep up even if you're eating the same foods. And plaque, the sticky buildup that narrows your arteries, doesn't always give warnings. You might feel fine until you suddenly don't. But here's the truth most people don't hear. Your plate can fight back. Not with extreme diets or trendy fads, but with real food that speaks your body's language. You see, your heart and brain aren't just affected by what you avoid. They're shaped every day by what you choose to eat. Instead of waiting for problems to get worse, what if you gave your body the support it's quietly asking for? What if your meals weren't just habits, but healing tools? Today, I'll walk you through 10 powerful foods that I've seen help people over 60 reduce their blood pressure, calm inflammation, and even sleep better at night. Each one backed by research, each one used by real patients who wanted a safer, stronger second half of life. If any of this speaks to your life, just type "I'm ready" in the comments. I'll pin a simple, heart-smart meal plan you can try tomorrow. Because instead of guessing what works, wouldn't it feel good to start with a proven path, built for your age, your heart, your future? Let's start with the foods that help clean up what's already building inside your arteries. Because after 50, inflammation and plaque don't move quickly, but they move quietly. That's why this first group matters so much. These are foods that help reduce the silent damage, restore flexibility in your blood vessels, and give your heart a break, without adding another prescription. Food 1. Fermented vegetables. You've probably heard of sauerkraut, kimchi, or pickled carrots. But did you know these simple fermented foods could help lower your blood pressure and protect your brain? Here's why. As you age, the balance of bacteria in your gut changes. And when that balance slips, inflammation begins. That inflammation doesn't stay in your belly. It travels, slowly damaging the inner lining of your arteries, making it easier for cholesterol to stick and harden. But fermented vegetables add back what your gut needs. They feed good bacteria. And those bacteria release compounds that calm inflammation, improve blood sugar, and help blood vessels relax. A recent study showed that people who ate fermented veggies just 3 times a week lowered their blood pressure risk by 13%. That's not from medication. That's from cabbage and carrots. I remember Mr. Raymond, 68, from Minnesota. He had borderline cholesterol, high blood pressure, and prediabetes. Every day at lunch, he added 2 tablespoons of raw sauerkraut. That was it. 2 months later, his numbers improved, but what he noticed most? I sleep better. No more racing heart at night. My body feels calm again. That's what just one small habit can do. Food 2. Garlic. Now let's talk about something strong, not in size, but in smell. Garlic. It's more than just a kitchen staple. When crushed or chopped, garlic releases a compound called allicin. That's where its power lies. Allicin helps thin your blood gently, similar to a low dose of aspirin, but without the stomach side effects. It also reduces silent inflammation inside your arteries and keeps your blood flowing more freely. Mr. Harold, 66, from Texas, had a mild stroke. His speech slurred. Half his face went numb. A terrifying wake-up call. But he didn't freeze. He made a shift. Every morning, he crushed 1 garlic clove, mixed it with olive oil and warm water. After 3 months, his blood pressure dropped. His walk became easier, his mind sharper. He told me, "I feel like the blood is moving again." The key? Let garlic sit for 10 to 15 minutes after crushing. That's how allicin gets activated. Food 3. Leafy greens, spinach, kale, romaine. These aren't just healthy foods, they're powerful allies for aging blood vessels. Leafy greens contain natural nitrates, which turn into nitric oxide inside your body. Nitric oxide tells your vessels, relax, open up. That means lower blood pressure, better circulation, and more oxygen to your brain. One massive Australian study followed over 50,000 people for nearly 23 years. Those who ate just a handful of leafy greens a day saw a 26% lower risk of heart problems. I remember Judith, 69, from Seattle. She had a mini-stroke while walking home one hot afternoon. Afterward, she asked, "What can I do so this doesn't happen again?" We kept it simple. A smoothie with kale in the morning. A spinach salad with olive oil at lunch. After 8 weeks, her blood pressure dropped, her clarity improved, and she felt steady all day long. Instead of just boiling vegetables, she mixed raw salads, steamed greens, and smoothies. And when you pair greens with a little healthy fat, like avocado or olive oil, your body absorbs more of the nutrients that protect your arteries. Think of these foods not as chores, but as daily protectors. Quiet, natural, steady. Now let's move from the heart to the brain. Because strokes don't always look dramatic. Sometimes they're small, silent. You may feel a little dizzy. Forget a word. Lose your balance for a second. These are warning signs. And the foods you eat can either protect you or push you closer to the edge. Let's talk about 3 foods that help keep blood flowing smoothly to your brain. The kind that protect the delicate vessels in your head, improve memory, and reduce stroke risk, especially after 60. Food 4. Berries, blueberries, strawberries, blackberries. Tiny, sweet, and powerful. These berries are rich in anthocyanins, the deep red and blue pigments that act like bodyguards for your blood vessels. They help reduce oxidative stress, lower inflammation, and keep arteries soft and flexible. But here's the part I want you to remember. A Harvard study tracked over 93,000 women for 18 years. Those who ate berries 3 times a week had a 34% lower risk of heart attacks. Just from berries, not from pills. Berries also support your brain. They increase blood flow to areas responsible for memory and focus. And because they don't spike blood sugar, they're safe, even for those watching their glucose. Teresa, 71, came to me after a mini-stroke. She didn't want more meds. She wanted her words back. We started with a simple shift. Half a cup of blackberries with her morning oatmeal and flax seeds. 8 weeks later, her speech felt smoother. Her energy returned. She said, "I feel like myself again." That's the power of a handful of berries. Food 5. Beetroot. Now let's talk about something earthy, maybe even a little messy. Beets. Beetroot is packed with natural nitrates, which, just like leafy greens, turn into nitric oxide in your body. But here's what makes beets special. The effect is fast. A study from Queen Mary University in London showed that drinking beet juice lowered blood pressure in just 3 to 6 hours. That's faster than some medications, and without the side effects. But beets go deeper. They contain betalain, which calms inflammation, and folate, which lowers homocysteine, a blood marker linked to stroke and heart disease. Margaret, 68, was taking 2 medications for high blood pressure, but every morning she felt dizzy and slow. We didn't overhaul everything. We added half a glass of beet juice to breakfast. That's it. 2 months later, her pressure was stable, and her doctor started cutting back her meds. She told me, "I don't get those dizzy spells anymore. I feel clearer." And yes, beetroot may make your urine a little pink. That's normal and harmless. If the taste is strong, blend it with apple, carrot, or orange. Steam it lightly, or grate it raw into salads. Food. 6. Ginger isn't just for your stomach, it's for your blood. The power comes from a compound called gingerol, which relaxes blood vessels, helps thin the blood slightly, and reduces the risk of clots. One study in China followed over 4,600 adults. Those who ate ginger daily had a 13% lower risk of heart problems. Ginger also improves cholesterol, reduces triglycerides, and blocks an enzyme that raises blood pressure. Henry, 71, had a mild stroke and was scared it would happen again. We didn't go extreme. He started each day with a cup of warm ginger tea. 6 months later, his pressure was steadier, his focus sharper, and the fear quieter. You don't need a lot. Slice it into tea, mix into soup, or take as a capsule. Just 2 to 4 grams a day is enough. If you're on blood thinners, check with your doctor first. But for most people, ginger is one of the simplest tools for better blood flow to the brain. Instead of just reacting to stroke risk, why not quietly lower it each day? Now, let's shift to the third group. Foods that don't just protect, but help repair. Because over time, the wear and tear inside your arteries builds up. But it doesn't have to stay that way. These next 4 foods work like quiet mechanics inside your body. They clean, they soften, they rebuild, especially if you've already been told your cholesterol is a little high, or if you've had a warning sign like a mini-stroke. Food. 7. Avocado. Many people over 50 worry about fat. But not all fat is created equal. Avocados are rich in monounsaturated fat, the kind your heart actually loves. This fat helps lower LDL, the bad cholesterol, and raise HDL, the good one. Better cholesterol balance means less buildup inside your arteries and more flexibility in your blood flow. But there's more. Avocados have more potassium than bananas, up to 700 milligrams in a single fruit. And potassium naturally lowers blood pressure by helping your body flush out sodium. Mr. Daniel, 64, had a mini-stroke in 2022. His mornings were rushed, stressful. We simplified it. Half an avocado, 1 boiled egg, a handful of greens. 6 weeks later, his pressure dropped from 150/95 to 128/80. His sleep improved. His heartbeat stopped skipping. And here's a bonus. The healthy fat in avocados helps you absorb vitamins A, D, E, and K. Those are the same vitamins that protect your arteries and reduce long-term damage. So when you eat avocado with spinach, kale, or carrots, you're not just feeding your stomach, you're strengthening your blood vessels. Instead of fearing fat, what if you used the right kind to heal? Food. 8. Dark chocolate. You might not expect this, but yes, real chocolate can help your heart and brain. The key word here is real. Dark chocolate, 70% cacao or higher, is rich in flavonoids. These compounds tell your blood vessels to relax and open up. That means better circulation, lower pressure, and less strain on your heart. As we age, our vessels get stiffer. That's normal. But stiffer vessels lead to higher blood pressure and a greater risk of stroke. Flavonoids bring flexibility back. A review of 8 major studies published in the BMJ showed that people who ate a little dark chocolate regularly had a 37% lower chance of heart issues and a 29% lower risk of stroke. That's from something you can enjoy slowly. Mrs. Ellen, 73, had been told to cut out all sweets after a mild stroke. She felt deprived, but we made a switch. 2 small squares of 85% dark chocolate after lunch. 3 months later, her top blood pressure dropped from 142 to 132. She felt sharper during the day, and her sugar cravings disappeared. The trick is portion. Just 10 to 20 grams, 1 or 2 small squares, is enough. Milk chocolate doesn't count. It has too much sugar, not enough cacao. So next time you reach for a snack, why not choose one that tastes good and protects your heart? Food 9. Walnuts. Let's talk about something small, but mighty. Walnuts. They're packed with omega-3s, specifically ALA, which your body converts into EPA and DHA. These healthy fats calm inflammation, reduce plaque buildup, and help blood flow more easily. But walnuts go even further. They're rich in polyphenols and vitamin E. These act like shields for your artery walls, protecting them from microscopic damage that builds over time. Robert, 72, didn't like taking pills, so we focused on food. Each afternoon, instead of chips or crackers, he had a small handful of walnuts. 10 weeks later, his LDL dropped 9%. His blood pressure steadied, and he said, "My mind feels sharper. I don't lose track of thoughts like before." One Harvard study followed over 210,000 people for 20 years. Those who ate just 2 servings of walnuts per week had a 19% lower risk of heart disease and a 13% lower chance of stroke. You don't need a big bag. Just 5 to 7 walnut halves, about 28 grams, is enough. Add them to oatmeal, salads, or yogurt. Instead of processed snacks, imagine choosing something that actually repairs your vessels. Food 10. Sweet potatoes. Our last food might surprise you. Sweet potatoes. Many people think they're too starchy, but they actually help stabilize blood sugar. Unlike white bread or rice, sweet potatoes release sugar slowly. That means fewer spikes and crashes. More balance for your arteries. They're rich in fiber, potassium, and beta-carotene, 3 nutrients that support blood vessel repair and lower inflammation. But here's what's really interesting. Purple sweet potatoes contain anthocyanins, the same powerful compounds found in berries. These pigments fight deep inflammation inside your arteries. A study from Louisiana State University showed that people who ate purple sweet potatoes daily for 8 weeks saw a 15% drop in LDL, an 18% drop in triglycerides, and a 9-point drop in systolic blood pressure. Donna, 63, used to feel foggy and tired after lunch. Her blood pressure spiked in the afternoons. We swapped her white rice for baked sweet potato, added greens on the side. 2 months later, she felt lighter, more focused. Her pressure evened out, and she lost weight without dieting. Keep it simple. Steam or bake them. Avoid frying or adding sugar. A little cinnamon or olive oil is perfect. Instead of fast-burning carbs that drain you, try a food that fuels and heals. Because after 60, your body doesn't need more sugar crashes. It needs steady power. So now you've seen them. 10 simple foods. Not exotic, not expensive, but powerful. Each one working in its own way. Some lower pressure, some calm inflammation, some protect memory, some even help undo damage already done. But the real magic? It doesn't happen by knowing. It happens by doing. You don't need to change everything overnight. You don't need to follow a strict diet or memorize a list. You just need to start. Pick 3 foods from today's list. Just 3. Maybe it's walnuts in the morning, leafy greens at lunch, garlic with dinner. Use them not just as ingredients, but as tools. Tools that speak directly to your heart, your blood, your brain. Because your body, even now, is still listening. It's still healing. It's still able to surprise you, if you give it what it truly needs. Instead of waiting for another warning sign, what if you gave your body protection every day, 1 bite at a time? Instead of adding more pills, what if your next meal became part of your recovery? You're not too old. You're not too far gone. You're just 1 plate away from feeling more steady, more clear, more alive. And you deserve that. If this video helped you, even in a small way, tap the like button. It tells YouTube that real, gentle advice still matters. And more importantly, I want to hear from you. Which of these 10 foods are already in your kitchen? Or which one will you try tomorrow? Leave a comment below. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear. And if you're not sure where to start, just write, "I'm ready." I'll pin a simple, heart-friendly meal plan you can use right away. Let's take that next step together.